0%.
Check 1, 2. We're so glad you're joining us here on Saluda Now. We're going to be starting the program in just a moment. Stay tuned for the best coverage of your local events in Saluda, what's happening in Saluda. If it's happening in Saluda, it's Saluda Now. Coming up on your Saluda Now, we'll be taking your calls, 864-980-7768. Today, we have joining us Senator Shane Massey. Also, we'll be talking about a big announcement coming up. All that and much more is coming up on your Tiger Talk Tuesday live from MIGS. Call in or comment your questions, 864-980-7768. And we're glad to be coming here live from MIGS today here and on Tiger Talk Tuesday. And I'm joined by Carson. Carson, thank you so much for joining me on Saluda Now.
Yes, sir. Pleasure as always.
Is your mic on?
Yes.
Check it. Let's turn it up a little bit. Check 1, 2. We have a little audio problem there. We're about to solve that problem. Okay, we got it solved now. And we'd love to have you call in, 864-980-7768. We'll take your call on the air. Joining us right now is Senator Shane Massey. Let's get him on the phone. I'll call him right back here. And get Senator Massey on the phone here. And we appreciate you joining us on Saluda Now, and we're thankful for another Tiger Talk Tuesday here. And now we're joined by Senator Shane Massey. Senator Massey, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Great. Carson Burgess is here with me today.
How you doing, Senator?
I'm doing great, Glad y'all got things back up and running.
Yeah, I am too, brother, and it's running like a sewing machine right now. But how's that family doing? On the screen now, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I got your lovely wife and little sweetheart girl and little boy up there.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. No, they're doing very well. They're a lot bigger than that now. But we you know what, man? I mean, we've been very blessed. We've been able to navigate the last 5 months with nobody getting sick in the household, and just some people going stir crazy, having to stay home as much. But we've been very fortunate.
Well, I know you have been keeping up with the COVID situation, and you've really kept us informed about what's going on with the numbers.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that some. You know, early on, I guess for about the first month, I was trying to get some daily updates, and finally, I think it became a little bit too much.
Right.
So what I started doing is every 2 or 3 weeks, kind of posting an update and looking at what the trends have been over that time period. And I did my most recent one yesterday to update folks on what the trends look like. And you know, as everybody knows, after Memorial Day, things got a little bit rough. And mid-July, especially, it looks like at this point at least, and hopefully this is going to be the case. Mid-July was the peak. And it was pretty rough in South Carolina, but we've been making very good progress the last few weeks. And by that, what I mean is the trends are that new cases are going down, and hospitalizations are going down, and I mean things are moving in the right direction. Now we still got a long ways to go, man. We got a long ways to go, but overall, statewide, we're making some progress, and I think that's important.
That's right, Senator Massey, and we appreciate y'all's leadership there at the State House in navigating us through these difficult times. And speaking of difficult times, you're going back to the State House in a special session. Is that right?
That's right. So we had already planned to go back into session on September 15th to address a number of things that are outstanding, including the budget, because you know we typically do the budget in April, maybe early May. For our fiscal year runs July 1st through June 30th. This year, because of the economic uncertainty caused by COVID, we didn't have enough information on which to base a budget. So we decided we would just carry through with last year's budget into this year. Hopefully we'd have better information by early September so that in mid-September we could go back and pass a budget. We're still looking at that, although the revenue information is still a little bit difficult to base projections off of. But you know, Bert, we took a big hit
Yes.
over the last 5 months economically. I mean, I know we've all seen some pictures from the beach. Lots of us maybe have even been over to the beach, but the beach is down, and the state as a whole relies on tourist revenue from the coast in the summer.
Right.
And so them being down has a significant impact on the rest of the state. We still have over 200,000 South Carolinians who are not working today who were working 5 months ago. 200,000 people who are collecting unemployment benefits. So we still have a ways to go. Now, we've made some progress. We're getting better there. But that makes it a little bit difficult to try to budget things. And we got a few other things we'll probably do in mid-September as well. But I think what you were referencing there specifically is we're going back on September the 2nd.
Right.
2 weeks, I think, from today. We're going to go back and and we're going to focus on just the election law issues and making sure that everybody has an opportunity to vote in November.
That's very important, and of course, you have already won your primary, and congratulations on that. I haven't actually talked to you. I think I did message you, but I hadn't talked to you in public since the primary election, and of course your general election's coming up, and so we know that that's right around the corner, November the 3rd, and we still have time to register to vote, don't we, Senator?
That's right. You can if you've not registered yet. First of all, why in the world would you not be registered yet? But if you haven't registered yet, you've got until October 3rd to sign up.
That's right, and you can vote in the general elections coming up then. Is there anything?
We take these things for granted lots of times, and I get it. We don't like having to stand in line. We don't like having to wait. I mean, that's we Americans, we like things right now. But this is really important. This is something that people all over the world have fought and died for generations, and we tend to take it for granted lots of times. So I think it's important that people show up, people vote, and we hear sometimes, Burton, we hear my vote doesn't count, and I'll tell you that when I was first elected, I won by 138 votes.
Wow.
Less than 1% difference in that first race. I didn't know. I joke sometimes. I didn't know that South Carolina had an automatic recount provision. But we do, and it's a whole lot more fun talking about it right now than it was going through it at the time. But I'm an example that every person needs to show up and vote. Make your voice heard, and it matters all the way from the top presidential race down to the town council races. All those things matter. All those things affect our lives, and if you don't vote, somebody else is going to make that decision for you. So this is our opportunity to show up, and so I encourage everybody to do that.
And wow, what a journey it has been for you, Senator. You're representing Saluda, Edgefield, and part of Aiken County too, and now the majority leader for the Senate. That's
right. That's right. I've got a large area geographically. I go all the way from the McCormick-Abbeville County line into downtown Lexington and then into Aiken as well. So it's a big area.
It is a big area to cover, and but you do a great job, and you'll be commended about that. And anything you want to convey to the folks watching today?
Oh, man, I just really hope we can get some football going. How about that?
Yeah.
I know y'all probably going to transition here in a minute. Y'all going to start talking about
your election.
I mean, we got to have. I mean, I know we've been talking about politics and all this stuff, but we got to have priorities. We need to talk about football, and hopefully we can get the high school season going pretty quick, and we can get the college football season underway as well.
Yeah, we hate Saluda and Thurman's not going to meet this year, and Carolina and Clemson. We were just talking about that. In fact, last week. It might be a little comical. We called in to the governor's office. We hadn't prearranged an interview with him, but we just called in hoping he would be available to answer the phone. And we talked to a guy. What's his name? Sam?
Yeah, his name was Sam. He's very good at his job.
Yeah, he was very good. And we left a message for the governor that he needs to get out front of this thing and have Carolina Clemson. But, of course, that's not going to happen.
That's funny. Well, I'm with you, man. They need to be playing. Thurman and Saluda need to be playing. Yes. Carolina Clemson need to be playing. And I guess if I can leave you with this, and that is, we're making some good progress on this virus, and things are starting to open back up. People are staying healthy, and I just encourage people to keep doing those things. And I know a lot of it is inconvenient. I don't like wearing a mask. They irritate me. But if I can wear a mask for a little bit longer and it helps the schools to open we can get the kids back in 5 days a week, and we can get all these businesses going up again. We get MIGS full up with people in there eating, and
that ain't changed, bro.
And, yeah, I was up there the other night. There was a pretty good crowd.
Yeah.
But if we get people back to work, make people feel comfortable going back to church, let folks be able to visit their loved ones in the nursing homes, and get football going again. If in order to accomplish those things, we just got to wash our hands a little bit more, and maybe keep some distance, and not congregate in big crowds. And if we wear a mask for a little bit, then I'll be on that team.
Well, Senator Massey, we appreciate you stopping by and talking with us a little bit today on Tiger Talk Tuesday here at MIGS, and we invite you to come back and be with us soon.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Senator Shane Massey visiting with us here on Saluda Now. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about SEC football schedule.
On your car, crossover, SUV, and truck. Go by and see Lauren and all the gang, 102 Greenwood Highway, or call 864-445-2107. Crumley's. It's the Carolina Health Centers wants to help you when it comes to your health. Go by and see Dr. Deborah Gray. She has been serving this community for many years. Call today for an appointment, 864-445-9554. Saluda Family Practice, 219 Greenwood Highway, Saluda, is here to serve you. Carol, have you heard the good news? Crouch Hardware and Farm Supply is expanding to serve you with our new lumber shed coming in the fall of this year. Get Valspar paint, Yeti coolers, Purina feed, Preferred gates, and Milwaukee tools. Come by and see Kevin and all the friendly staff. We'll get the door for you. 508 North Main, Saluda. Call 864-445-0062.
Economy Furniture, Batesburg, Leesville, South Carolina, is proud to support Saluda Tiger Athletics. Since 1939, we have been your trusted neighborhood expert for home furnishing, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and floor coverings. Famous name brands and guaranteed low prices. Visit our 30,000 square foot showroom at 120 Main Street in Batesburg, Leesville, or online at economyfurniture.com.
Edwards Heating and Cooling, Saluda, South Carolina, provides you excellent service when it comes to your heating and cooling unit. When you're in a jam, call us. We can work on all heating and air units and provide you the best knowledge to save you money. Call us today, 864-445-0088. At Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative, we know the power and value of teamwork. Only by working together can we score our greatest achievements, both on and off the field. We are proud to be a part of the home team. Continue to support our local students through programs like Bright Ideas, Washington U Tour, and various scholarships. Visit Mid-Carolina Co-op, mcecoop.com, for more info on these and other community programs we offer.
And we're back here with you on Saluda Now on Tiger Talk Tuesday, live from MIGS. We encourage you to call in or comment your question, 864-980-7768. We just had a good visit with Senator Shane Massey. We hope that you'll go back and watch it on Facebook Live on the recast. And, of course, he was talking about wearing your face mask, and I love the picture y'all have at the front door there. Governor Henry McMaster encouraged you to wear your face mask.
Boy, I say, boy, you better get out there and you better wear your face mask.
And so he wants you to wear your face mask, and we need to with that. But anyway, looking at the Saluda schedule before we get going any further, Senator Massey alluded to that. We're going to have football in Saluda, and there it is, starting out with Eau Claire. Then we're going to go down to Newberry's coming to Saluda. Then we're going to go back to Newberry the next week, play Gray Collegiate. Then going to Columbia the next week, play Columbia. And then Batesburg-Leesville will come to Saluda. And then October the 30th, this is the announcement that we made last week while we were on the air with Coach Stuart Young, that we will be playing, doesn't slip my mind now. Blacksburg. And we don't know if it's going to be home or away, but we're trying to get, I tried to get that out of Dr. Livingston yesterday when we were here for the meeting with the preachers. And then the 96 game will be at 96 on my birthday, November the 6th. Friday, November the 6th, we'll be over there at 96. And I told Dr. Livingston, I said the best thing about that game over there at 96 is the size of the press box. I need to take a picture of it when I go over there. It's the $1 million press box. And
they spent $1 million on that press box for real?
And so it's sort of hilarious, ain't it? And but they did spend $1 million on it. And when you see it, I'm gonna take some pictures of it. The front lobby of MIGS is that that's how big it is. Yeah, think about that. With 3 people in there.
That's stupid.
You talking about social distancing? Kevin, Paul, and I will be doing good social distancing that night. Now the little press box we got up here at Saluda, it's like a closet. A walk-in closet at home. That's how big it is. And actually, Kevin and Paul sit up at the front next to the window. I sit up next to the back, have my laptop on the wall. I got a table on the wall, and I'm sitting here and close the door so I can have enough room to work. That's how close we are to each other. And I'm very claustrophobic anyway. Sometimes I have to open that door up so I can breathe.
I feel you on that.
But anyway, we'll take your calls and comments because we're fixing to really fire up things, and we want to read your comments.
Paul is saying that I know last week we were talking about maybe there would be a extra spot for maybe a couple of the regions to have a third place. Paul was saying there's only going to be first and second place teams make the playoffs.
Yeah. And
I don't see any reason for us not to be first or second place.
I don't either. And actually I got a report on that this morning from I'm not going to say who it was, but anyway, pretty good source that had scoped out some of the other teams, and they said there's no reason why Saluda shouldn't be first place.
Well, the only team I worry about, honestly, on that schedule right now is Batesburg. That's where I live, and that's where my kids go to school. And, man, they had a really good squad last year. They were just missing a couple pieces, it seemed like, and from what I hear, they gonna have something for everybody this year. So we might need to watch out for Batesburg, but other than that, I ain't too worried about any of them.
Call or comment your questions, 864-980-7768. I'm sorry that I was not able to get your question to Senator Massey, Miss Sally, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it and forward it to Senator Massey. When we were doing his segment, I really wasn't monitoring the comments, but I appreciate you commenting those, and we will ask him about that. The rapid test kit for all senior residential care center. I will send that to him, and he will message you back, I'm sure. And, of course, you just talked about what Paul commented. Paul Ergel. Paul, can you call in?
Yeah, call in.
Call in, Paul, so we can talk about this stuff.
I didn't know that.
Paul's got a lot of information today, And let me see if you can call in. And also, Cable Corley is watching us. Brent Robertson, thank y'all for watching Saluda Now, boys. Greg Campbell, my cuz, and a whole bunch of folks are watching us right now live on Saluda Now. The numbers went up when we ever sent a message.
Don't nobody want to hear the politics. They want to hear about football.
Okay, and we got a lot of folks watching. So I'm gonna see if Paul can call in there, and we can get him on the air. In fact, I'm probably gonna call him. There he comes. And joining us on Saluda Now at this time is, of course, the co-voice of the Tigers with Kevin Crouch.
The loudest voice of Saluda Tigers.
Yeah, the loudest voice of Saluda Tigers. Paul Ergel. Mr. Ergel, thank you for joining us on Saluda Now.
I'm doing fine, Bulldog. You doing all right?
Doing great, and we appreciate you taking time out of Ergel Tree Construction to call us today.
Well, I'm taking time out of Saluda County Recreation today.
Yeah, you cover all the bases, don't you?
Yeah, 3 jobs, yeah.
Now we're going to cover the end zone, and you're going to tell us a little bit about what's going on with Saluda's schedule before we get on the SEC schedule talk.
Well, I know they're going to be taking the top 2 teams this year, and we're kind of top heavy with Great Collegiate and Newberry, and then us. Great Collegiate, from my understanding, is rather loaded, have recruited well, and they was real good last year. I think they played Abbeville a great game in the first round of playoffs and got a lot of kids coming back, and they also gained the best playoff Batesburg team, left and went to Great Collegiate. And it's going to be a battle with them on taking the first 2 teams at Newberry. I mean, always a heavy running team, powerhouse in the playoffs every year in 3A. So, I mean, you're gonna have to really play every Friday to be able to make the playoffs. I mean, whoever comes in third could, for a regular year, could probably win the state championship if they got in the right bracket. And they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be awesome, wouldn't it, if Saluda could land number 1 and number 2 spot, wouldn't it, Carson?
I feel like we'll get 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting Batesburg down. Batesburg still have a great team, but they lost. They had a good quarterback on the JV team, but they had a veteran, outstanding quarterback that ran around. You saw when he played us.
Yeah.
He had feet. He was a playmaker. That's what he was.
Yeah, see, I didn't know he had left for Gray.
Yeah, you can't. Mentally, well, not.
I don't know if it's our signal or your signal, Paul.
They're gonna be a good team, and I mean, I don't. They may finish first, second, but I'm just basing off the preseason what I know and what I think now. I mean, that don't mean a lot.
Right.
So.
Call in or comment your question, 864-980-7768. Of course, we'll know a lot when we play Eau Claire about Saluda, won't we?
Yeah, well, we'll know that we'll score a lot of points, and our boys' legs will be tired that night. That's about all we're gonna know how to get to Eau Claire, and that'll be a game that night. I imagine the clock will probably run the second half, and so we'll be back home pretty quick, I think. But like I said, I'm thinking it's gonna be a three-team race, and then the 4 if you count Batesburg in at the top. But I mean, like I said, I'm just basing off of last year. We're gonna have a good team. We lost a lot, but we had a lot of good talent coming up, and I don't think but only 2 teams in our whole region is gonna have JV football teams. So the 8-quarter thing is killing 2A again along with 1A.
Yeah.
You just got to have your backup guys. Some of our backup guys should be playing JV and then coming back up or having to play on varsity if you can't back up on varsity if you play on Thursday night. So I think Great Collegiate and Newberry are the only 2 teams that have a JV team, to my understanding, this year. So, but a lot of our kids played that way last year and the year before. I mean, we had JV teams, but we would piece together JV teams. And I think if you're piecing together a JV team, you better off to have a whole varsity team than a piece of a JV team.
And we won't have any middle school really either.
I haven't heard the final decision on that. I wouldn't think it'd be feasible to have one for anybody in the state this year, middle school. I know the kids gonna miss out on year experience, but I mean they can work out and stuff like that. I mean this is the safest route to go. And as of now, I mean they plan on having JV. I mean I see middle school schedules out there, but I just don't know. I don't know, but I mean if you keep an eye on the COVID-19, our numbers was down under 455 yesterday. It was 451 from what was averaging 1,500, 1,700. People keep wearing the mask and doing the small things that they ask. There's no reason why we shouldn't be down under 200 in 2 more weeks, and kind of give us a little more room to maneuver around.
And also, Paul, I heard today that, and this will become more clear as we get, but if the numbers keep going down, they're talking about maybe even having full attendance.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get back to that, but stadiums like ours, I mean, you talking about putting if half capacity or whatever.
Yes.
You talking about putting 3,000 people still in the stands. So on an average Friday night at Saluda, we have anywhere from 1,800 to on a big game 3,500 people. So yeah, Saluda and places football towns like Saluda and stuff, yeah, it'd be full attendance because our stadium is so big. But yeah, the more the numbers go down, the bigger percentage they're going to move up. I think colleges have moved up to 26, 28% already with numbers going down in South Carolina. So
that's good news. And another thing, too, is that I wanted to let everybody know, whenever we start the season out, wherever we're at, we'll not only be on Facebook, YouTube, but we're going to be back on 87.9 FM. On your drive-in and also around the stadium. So just like at graduation, you can pick it up in your car, because I got a feeling.
Now is that going to be every stadium, Burton, home and away?
Yes, every stadium. Okay. And I've got a feeling that somebody's not going to be able to get in, because from what I've understood is if they have a quota, they're going to have a guy, probably the ticket picker, and they'll have to click, how many people they got coming in the gate. There'll only be one entrance. There won't be multiple entrances. Yeah. There'll only be one entrance you can come in.
And one exit.
And well, I don't know about exit because of emergency, but there will only be one entrance, and they're going to click in and count how many's coming through the gate. And they're going to, that's it. When they reach the magic number, whatever it is, they cut it off, and whoever's standing in line at that number won't be able to get in. And that's unfortunate, but that's the times we're living in.
Yeah.
People need to realize that now.
I think I clicked that Saluda probably won't never get to that number.
No, when we go out of town, it's going to matter.
Out of town, but I think we're gonna let them in at Saluda, and nobody has told me that, so I don't want nobody running around. That's just my thing. We'll let them in. We're gonna let them in, but even like over at Eau Claire, some of them places, they stay as big as ours. I mean,
when we
they gonna hold 2,000 or 3,000. I mean, I just can't see them not doing at least half capacity, because some of these schools, on average at Saluda. Mm-hmm. It costs $4,000 a night to open the stadium.
Gracious.
Now that's covering all your expenses. So I mean, you have 3 or 4 home games, you pay out more than you take in, you're gonna go in the hole quick. But on an average, it's $4,000 to run a football game, from security to referees to everything, lights to everything's got to be done. And then 3.5 hours is $4,000.
That's about as much as it costs to run Saluda now one game.
Yep.
That's what we heard.
Many trips concession stand y'all gotta make.
Yeah, well, many trips is a concession stand we have to make, and get a hot dog and fish. Anyway, I wanted to tell you too that that I'm looking forward to it. Aren't you, Paul?
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I wish it was this Friday night. Be fine with me. But
the picture on the screen right now is Kevin, you, Jeffrey, and me standing outside of Benedict Stadium. The last picture we took all together at a Saluda game.
Yeah.
And we all holding up number one because we are number one.
Yeah, until they play another championship game, we still the best.
We are still the best.
We the champ.
And you the best for joining us on Saluda Now, and we thank you for stopping in to call us today.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a great day, and I hope we get in there the next couple Tuesdays as we get closer to football Friday night. So y'all stay positive, wear your mask, and do the little things, and we'll be there on Friday night. I'm out.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul Ergo, for joining us on Saluda Now. Call in or comment your question, 864-980-7768. Sorry, I got away from the phone again. I'm sure there's comments on here, and I will look at them right now. I'm used to that. Senator Massey responded to me. He heard me talking on that. But anyway, let's see. We are champions. Jason Jordan, thank you for reminding us of that. And he was with me down there at Benedict. We need a press box like Greenwood High. Oh, yeah, it's $2 million press box.
Man, we can make a good press box out of $20,000.
I'm telling you, man, we can do it.
We don't need no $1 million. All
we need to do is jack a double wide up in the air and get the National Guard to jack a double wide in the air and knock the windows out of it and put it up there where we got the current press box. And there you go. You got it made, Be a redneck press box.
That's right.
Might as well be. Everything else is a little redneck.
Yeah, you got that right.
864-980-7768. Let's look at the SEC schedule that came out last night. And, Carson, you got it there before you, and the fans can see it now on the screen. What did you think about the show first? Did you get to watch it?
I didn't get to tune in. I was here working last night.
Well, it was a good show, I thought. Everybody was debating, was Paul Feinbaum going to be on the show? But his show is from 3 to 7. So he wasn't on the show, and the guys that actually commented the show, they had Kurt Herbstreit on there, but he wasn't on there much. I can't think of the names of the guys, but they had some new guys that hadn't been on ESPN lately. Makes me think that they're going to have some new faces coming in to the fall, to comment on football.
I imagine so. They probably had to make budget cuts and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. But one thing I did notice is that, and I think this will be the norm, have you watched any baseball games?
I have seen bits and pieces.
Okay. Well, the baseball games I have been watching have been announced like this. We're here. We're watching a screen and announcing the baseball game.
Yeah. I think the only places that you actually get on-site announcement is in the NBA bubble and the hockey games right now. Everything else that's going on is they are sitting there in a room.
Yeah.
But they're watching it on TV like we would watch it at home.
We could do that.
Yeah.
We could take a game, just give you the crowd noise, if there is a crowd, and we could call the game sitting right here at MIGS.
So I think what we ought to do is during the college football season on Saturdays, we just go to each other's houses
and call the game.
And call the game like that. And we'll put it up on Facebook,
that
YouTube,
might be a
Twitch, whatever.
Infringement, you think?
I don't care.
Call in and comment your questions, 864-980-7768. Let's get fired up about the SEC schedule that came back yesterday. Chad Arent and Jacob Wells McCarty, thank y'all for watching Saluda Now. All right, the first week, 9/26, Alabama is hosting Missouri.
Easy win.
Arkansas is hosting Georgia.
Man, Georgia better watch out.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too.
I'm talking about on the way there.
Next, we see Kentucky. Auburn is hosting Kentucky.
They ought to win that. If they don't win that, Auburn's season's done.
Then Florida is. Now let me make sure I got this right. No, they'll be hosting Ole Miss.
No, they'll be going to Ole Miss.
They'll be going to Ole Miss. I'm sorry. Okay, I got you.
Ole Miss, they got Lane Kiffin there now, right?
Yes.
That might be the toughest game on Florida's schedule.
Then we've got LSU is hosting Mississippi State Bulldogs.
We'll see what LSU's got.
That might be a good game.
It might be a really good game. That's probably going to be the best game to watch week 1, if I had to say.
Except Tennessee and Carolina.
No, that ain't going to be a good game to watch for Carolina fans, I don't think.
Then we see, Vanderbilt is going to Texas A&M. Yeah.
Typical week 1 schedule. You got your cupcakes against your powerhouses. Probably the best 2 games to watch will be Carolina, Tennessee, and
that's right. The next week we see Alabama is hosting Texas A&M.
That'll be a good game. Kellen Mond came back, so we'll see what A&M's got.
And I think they said that on the show last night. Then Arkansas will be going to Mississippi State. Ought to be a good game there.
We'll see.
And then Auburn will be going to Georgia, between the hedges.
That should be a good game. That's a game I got circled down here. That's one Georgia needs to watch out for.
Yeah.
I know they got the poor man's Cam Newton.
Yeah.
But Auburn, they were a really tough team to play last year for everybody that played them, I think. And they came the closest to beating the national champions in LSU. Granted, that was before LSU figured themselves out. But Auburn, they have a good shot to be a good team this year. They got a really good defense. They got a quarterback coming into his second year after having a good year of experience under his belt. So we'll see what they got.
Somebody asked me if I made the big announcement. No, that'll be at the end of the broadcast. Gonna make you wait. All right. Come on down here. We see LSU will host Vanderbilt.
LSU ought to win it.
Yeah.
Ought to.
Florida is going to host Carolina.
I feel bad for Carolina fans this year.
UK is going to host Ole Miss. Don't know about that team.
I think Ole Miss will surprise a lot of people this year. They had a really good offense last year. A lot of people don't think about it because Ole Miss just tends to suck at football. But they had a really, really good offense last year. And they might be someone to watch out for with Lane Kiffin as a head coach. I know a lot of people don't think really high of Lane Kiffin, and he hasn't done exceptionally well in the SEC. But he is a good coach. I don't care what anybody says. And he could turn crap into sparkly crap.
And then, of course, we see Tennessee is hosting Missouri.
Tennessee will take it. I think a lot of people need to watch out for Tennessee this year.
All right. Then we're going to the third week, 10-10. We see that Alabama is going to Ole Miss. Then Arkansas goes to Auburn. Yeah, I think so. Florida goes to Texas A&M.
The only way Florida loses this game is because it is at A&M. And if we have fans in the stands.
And here's a big one. Tennessee will be going to Georgia between the hedges for the second week in a row.
Better watch out.
Yeah.
Better watch out.
UK and Mississippi State. UK be hosting Mississippi State up there.
I don't know much about Mississippi State this year. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'll have to look into them.
Then Missouri will be going to LSU. I don't think that'll be pretty. And then Alabama, of course, we didn't cover that one, and I think we didn't cover all of them there. Carolina will be going to Vanderbilt. Well, they should win that one, though.
Yeah,
they should win that. That should be a win.
They should have beat App State, and they should have beat Citadel. But
plus, they're going to have a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, maybe. He's supposed to be under investigation.
What's he under investigation for?
Something he did out at Colorado State. He was doing some kind of breaking some kind of rules with his players, so he might be suspended.
What is smoking out there?
Whatever's legal.
Okay. The fourth week, we see Alabama and Georgia.
That's right. Mike Leach is at Mississippi State. That's what Jason said.
So that'll be a good one. Mike Leach, this is his first year.
Boy, they going to beat LSU week 1. They going to. Watch. I'm telling you. So you can mark that down. Bet your mortgage.
Interested. Okay. Alabama is going to host Georgia. I don't think that's going to be too good for my dogs.
I don't think so, Bert.
Arkansas is hosting Ole Miss. That ought to be a good game. That's a toss-up.
Yep.
Then we see South Carolina is going to Auburn.
No, they're hosting Auburn.
Okay, they're hosting Auburn. Okay.
I mean, it don't matter.
Yeah.
But
that might be a close game. Because I don't know what Auburn's got.
I don't think. Auburn's got a really good team.
Yeah. Then we see Florida is hosting, hosting LSU.
No, they're hosting, yeah.
That's going to be a good game. That'll probably be the main game that night in Georgia and Alabama. Yeah.
I'll be surprised if LSU has more than 6 wins this year. I really will. Just because they got so many new people coming in, and they lost so many in the draft last year, and they lost so many coordinators and staff, and they lost a bunch of players are opting out that are their rising seniors and juniors that were supposed to be really, really good that helped them on that national championship team last year. A lot of those kids are sitting out.
And then we see Tennessee is going to be, let's see.
Hosting Kentucky.
Yeah, hosting Kentucky. So that ought to be a good game, too. And Mississippi State is playing Texas A&M at home. So a lot of good games there, a lot of close games. And then, of course, 10/24 is the week of open dates for a lot of teams. And we were talking about that earlier, why the SEC is allowing these open dates, but it's because the Saturday before Thanksgiving is rivalry weekend.
Yep.
They're doing that for a purpose, to drive the numbers up.
Oh, yeah.
Viewers. And it's a good strategy, I think.
And it's also going to be the week that Alabama loses this year. They got to go up to Tennessee. Tennessee, they're not going to be that great, but they're going to be someone that you got to watch out for. It could be someone that bites you in the rear end.
So you're...
I'm predicting Alabama goes to Tennessee and they lose by 2 touchdowns.
Wow. Then Arkansas is going to be off that week, and then, of course, Auburn is going to Ole Miss, and that ought to be a good game. And then Florida will host Missouri. That's going to be another
easy win.
Easy win. That'll probably be a 12 o'clock game. Georgia will be going to Kentucky, playing in the Sea of Blue up there. And then, of course, LSU is going to host South Carolina.
That might actually be a good game.
Okay.
It might be.
Down there.
Yep.
Will be interesting to see how it goes.
I think that will be the one game that they can get them boys in Columbia up for.
Then the next week's Halloween trick-or-treat, Florida, Georgia, And Carolina and Tennessee are all off that week, but the old Bulldogs of Mississippi State's going to be playing at home and against Alabama. And then we'll see Arkansas and Texas A&M. That might be a pretty good game.
That was a really, really good game last year.
Yes, it was.
Yes. It probably won't be that close this year, but you never know.
And, of course, Auburn will be hosting LSU that weekend. That's the big game.
Yeah, Auburn's going to beat them.
And then we'll see Ole Miss and Vanderbilt down there at Vandy. And that rounds that out. Then the next week, of course, Alabama, Auburn's going to take the week off with Kentucky, LSU, Ole Miss, and Missouri. Most of the conference is shut down that week,
yep.
But Arkansas was going to host Tennessee, which should be a good game.
Should be.
Over there. And then, of course, we'll have Jacksonville. That's the Gators and the Bulldogs down there. You can't do the jump no more.
Why not?
I don't know.
COVID? Is that why?
No, it's offend somebody.
What, the alligators?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It don't matter.
Then South Carolina's going to host Texas A&M over at Billy Bryce. So that'll be the games that weekend. Then November the 14th, Alabama is going to LSU. That's going to be the big game of the week right there.
Oh, you would think, but
especially if they're both undefeated.
Bama, no, they won't be. Bama's going to roll all over them.
Yeah. Arkansas and Florida. Florida will be licking their wounds.
No, they will not.
Over there at Arkansas.
They'll be riding the high.
And
undefeated team in the SEC.
Auburn's going to travel to Mississippi State. And then we're going to see Georgia travel to Missouri. And that'll be a Tiger hunt and a half. Kentucky is going to host Vandy. And I think that covered all the games there, didn't it?
Ole Miss is going to host Carolina that week.
Okay, that's right. Oh. I forgot Carolina. That'll be a good game. That'll probably be another win for South Carolina. That's their two wins, Vandy and Ole Miss.
No, I don't think.
And probably Auburn.
I don't think they'll beat Ole Miss.
And then the 21st, we see Alabama and Kentucky, which might be a close game. You don't never know with them two.
You're right.
Arkansas and LSU is going to scramble a little bit.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, that'll be probably a big running game. And then we'll see Auburn go to Tennessee up at Rocky Top. No, they're going to be at the Plains. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Florida's going to go to Vandy. I bet you they'll pack that place out if they're doing good. And then, of course, Georgia is going to host Mississippi State, which ought to be a good game.
That'll be a good game.
I watched that game because they're going to be gearing up for South Carolina the next weekend, too. And then, of course, that wraps that up. Then the next week, you see the rivalries start up. Alabama, Auburn, and it's going to be at Alabama.
Yep.
And then Arkansas is going to Missouri. That'll be a good rivalry. Then Florida, Vandy. They'll be at Vandy. Oh, excuse me.
Kentucky.
They'll be hosting Kentucky. I'm sorry, I looked at it last week. Then Georgia, South Carolina over here in Columbia. And I tell you what, that's a tough game right there.
I don't think it will be this year.
I hope you're right.
Y'all have a competent quarterback.
I hope you're right. And I think that rounds it up, don't it? Tennessee, Vanderbilt. They're going to be
A&M, LSU that week too.
That'll be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to be hosting LSU.
And the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. The two new coaches. Mike Leach, Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Fun to watch.
And that's going to be at Ole Miss.
Yep.
Tailgate City. And then the final week, you see Alabama is going to Arkansas, which will be a total disaster for the Pigs. Be a big barbecue that weekend.
I don't know. You never know. That week you might not. They know they'll have absolutely nothing to lose. Yeah. Alabama might have everything to lose. With them in Florida leading the SEC.
Texas A&M and Auburn at Auburn. That'll be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Florida at Tennessee. Woo! That'll be a good game.
Poor Rocky Top.
UK will be playing at home against Carolina. Carolina ends their season. I mean, their regular season
with a loss. They always lose up there.
LSU is going to host Ole Miss. So that'll be an interesting game there.
Mm-hmm.
The Egg Bowl will be worth watching this year. You're right. And Mike Leach with his air raid offense. I like that. And let's see. Mississippi State is going to host Missouri. And then I think we have covered all the rest of the games.
I believe so.
Yep.
But let me ask you this. Who's going to win the SEC?
Well, you know who's going to win it. Georgia.
No, seriously.
Yeah, I'm serious.
No, they won't even win the East, Bert.
We're going to win it.
You know,
no, we're going to win the East. We're going to be in it.
Now, is the SEC, are they going to do East versus West? Or are they going to do like the ACC is this year and do the top two teams will play for the ACC championship?
Yes, same way as it always is. Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be Alabama, Florida.
No, because we're going to beat Florida.
No.
We'll see.
Florida's defense is too fast.
I just don't think Florida has the offense.
All right, look. The best defense that Jamie Newman has played against is Clemson. And that was Clemson's defense last year. Very one-dimensional defense. This year they got to play against Florida.
He's got one of the best lines in the nation. Wake Forest don't have a line. Y'all went right through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If you got some big boys protecting you, you got all day to throw, and you can run.
Did it help Jake Fromm?
Well, Jake Fromm couldn't run either. Not like Jamie Newman can. We're going to see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Plus, we're supposed to be playing new offense. I don't know what's going to change about it. But, you know, they start practice today.
Yeah.
Clemson does too.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. I feel like Clemson's been practicing.
They got to. No, they restricted them on practice. They were doing the drill thing like they're doing over here at the high school. And that's another interesting thing. Why's not the high school practicing, you know? I guess they got to wait to get in condition another week. But I talked to a guy and he said they condition.
Ain't the SC HSL, ain't they like tiptoeing around every little thing?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, with the numbers going down like there, are they all allowed to start practicing? Okay, everybody.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a playoff this year for college football?
I would think so, wouldn't you?
All right. There's no Big Ten. Mm-hmm. There's no Pac-12. They're not playing.
Yeah.
You got the Big 12, the SEC, and the ACC, which typically is being two SEC teams, the ACC,
there you go,
and either Big 10 or Big 12. There's no Big 10 or Pac-12. They don't ever make it anyway. Who wins the Big 12? Because Oklahoma, they're in the same predicament as LSU. They lost their quarterback. Their starting running back opted out for the season, and he was near 2,000 yards last year.
Have they got their schedule out yet?
I think they did release all their schedules.
Well, we need to cover that next week.
We'll do that next week.
In the ACC.
I think Texas wins the Big 12.
We're going to look at that next week, fans. We're not going to leave you hanging on that. And
That's right. I think Jason's right. Clemson already had a scrimmage.
Okay.
And I forget who it was, but Dabo said some dude showed out.
Now, Greg Campbell says no champions for fall sports. But that's not true. He said...
There's always a champion. You don't play to play, you play to win.
He said that there will be no playoffs in fall sports, but except football. He didn't... That's Mark... Was it Mark Emmert, the NCAA?
Well, I mean, you can't afford to play the rest of the fall sports.
Yeah. But
that's the NCAA, and we've seen how much their word really means.
There's not going to be a playoff.
We've seen how much the NCAA's word really means since all of this started. Because conferences, they're just doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
They don't care about the NCAA. The NCAA, you might as well take that, dismantle it, sell everything affiliated with it, and give the money to the colleges and let them do their own thing.
Well, see, when I was a child, the way it worked is, let's say Clemson or Alabama, let's say that either one of them goes undefeated, okay?
Yeah.
Then they vote in the coaches poll. There's going to be a coaches poll. There's going to be, just like AP and what's the coaches poll? ESPN poll?
Yeah.
Anyway, those polls are going to be up there. So let's say Clemson plays in a bowl game. They play in the Orange Bowl. Alabama plays in the Sugar Bowl. Both of them's undefeated. Alabama is number 1 in the AP. Clemson is number 1 in the coaches poll. They're both national champions.
They ain't going to be none of that crap.
They both give themselves a trophy, and they both have a ticker tape parade.
I don't know about Nick Saban, but Dabo Swinney's going to push for that game to be played.
Yeah. Well, why shouldn't they? I mean we're
Nick
living
Saban
in a new era. We're not living in that era anymore. But that's the way it'll be. You know, that they would, if they don't have a championship. I just don't see why. Why would you not have a championship game and you're playing a regular season? That'd be like, why you take a bath and don't use no soap? It stinks. You got to have a championship.
Exactly.
Yeah. It just, you know, somebody's got to be the national. And don't let the Big Ten come up and the Pac-12. Oh, we was left out. Well, no, now shame on you.
I will say this today. Today they came out and they started talking about all these rumors and stuff about how there wasn't no real vote.
They're backtracking
on anything like that.
They're going to meet again.
Now, they're going to try to discipline Justin Fields. I know that. They're going to try.
Well, I hope they do.
That position. I bet you do hope they do.
I hope they do.
He going to transfer down to Florida, and then he's really going to show you what's up.
Well, he's going to transfer somewhere. I got that feeling that's coming next.
If the Big Ten don't play, then yeah, he will.
Yeah.
And the SEC will be like, come on. You can
I
come
don't
back.
believe
you could play this year.
He's not going to be
We don't care. We
Where's
don't
he
care
going to
what
go
the
to
NCAA
Kentucky?
says. No, he ain't going to go to no Kentucky. He'll go to Florida.
Yeah, he'll go to Florida.
Or he'll go to Mississippi State. He might go to Alabama and be like, step aside.
Could go to Clemson, I mean.
No.
South Carolina.
I hope
Bobo's over there.
I hope and pray Justin Fields goes to South Carolina.
Bobo is over there, and to get vengeance back at Georgia, him and Muschamp is over there, and to get vengeance back at Georgia, they'll bring that character on down.
Before I go to sleep tonight, I'm going to get on my knees, and I'm going to beg God Almighty that Justin Fields goes to Carolina and that Clemson and Carolina play this year.
He wants back at Georgia. That ain't happening.
He
burnt that bridge.
Back at Georgia.
He burnt that bridge.
Racist baseball players y'all got down there.
All right, we're about to wrap it up, and everybody's wondering, what is the big announcement? What's the big announcement?
It's not ESPN.
It's not ESPN, but guess what? You're going to have to wait for a commercial break, and when we run the commercials, after we come back, we're going to make the big announcement.
MIGS of Saluda, serving tasty dishes, appetizers, fresh salads, hot oven fresh subs, chicken, steak, and seafood. The best Italian dishes and pizza around. No wonder it's number one on TripAdvisor. Visit them today at 216 Greenwood Highway or call in 864-445-9990. Newberry County Memorial Hospital. For over 90 years, no one has handled care better. Visit our website, newberryhospital.org. There you can learn more about our specialties and you can see how we are moving forward in health technology. Newberry County Memorial Hospital says, "Go Tiger." There's only one thing faster than a Stuart Young offense, your Northland.com. With speeds up to 100 megabits per second and services starting at $29.99 a month, you'll get out of the slow lane and into the fast lane in no time. So speed it up with your Northland.com. Northland Cable, a proud sponsor of Saluda Tiger football.
Ramey Funeral Home, 202 North Rudolph Street, Saluda, serving you with dignity in your time of need. One of the greatest services we offer is our website at RameyFuneralHome.com. There you can read recent obituaries, pre-plan, as well as check out our resources for grief and healing. Or call us, 864-445-2366. Ramey Funeral Home, a proud supporter of Saluda Athletics.
Stephen Schufert tosses his cap in the air during his graduation ceremony. After returning home, it's only a short time before he receives a job offer from cancer research firm Kiatech. Today, he's a dedicated cancer scientist and also a cancer survivor. Stephen works diligently in the cancer research lab thanks in part to his lottery scholarship. And it's all because people like you play the South Carolina Education Lottery.
The Wills Agency, your local nationwide insurance agent, James Wills, is here to serve you in Saluda, Batesburg, and Aiken. Let us show you how to save. Call for a free auto, life, home, or business quote, 864-445-0011. Nationwide is on your side. World Finance Corporation, 115 West Utah Street in Saluda, is here to help you with loans from $350 to $6,000. They offer affordable repayment terms, and most loans are approved within 1 hour. When it comes to time for your tax to be filed, look no further than World Finance Corporation. Call today and mention you heard this ad on Saluda Now, 864-445-3370.
We're back, and guess what? We've got a big announcement coming up. We sure do. All y'all tuned in? Can anybody guess what it is? Anybody? Guess what our big announcement is? Got any comments yet, Cora? Somebody watching, guess what our big announcement is?
It's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, we got a little delay going on. We're going to let a few of y'all get. We got Trey Fingerland, Bruce Horn watching. All right. Thank y'all for watching Saluda Now. Tiger Talk to you. What's the big announcement, folks? Anybody got any guesses? It's big.
Huge.
It's huge, y'all. See, when you're number one, you just keep getting better and better and better. Sorry, my screen has went a little fuzzy on me. Is it fuzzy on you? No, it just must be my laptop. Y'all giving away free pizza. That sounds good, don't it?
That sounds delicious.
In fact, we're probably going to do that. Probably going to do that this year. That's a good idea, Jason, Jordan.
That's right. Burton said if Saluda goes back-to-back state champs, he will buy pizza for all the football team.
I'll do that. I'll do that. But this is huge. We got a big announcement, y'all. Let me see if I can get somebody on here to make the big announcement for y'all. I'm going to call somebody here. Oh, I got to get on my regular phone. I need my theme music playing again. Hold on just a second. I got to call somebody though. Oh, well, that ain't gonna do no good to pull it up because I've got to have this cord to hook up my phone to call them. Now, let me call and see if I get them. If I don't,
Greg said you're gonna be a grandpa.
Grandpa? Nope. I look like Grandpa? Make me sound old, Greg. Because you shouldn't do that to me. And I'm not getting no answer. I was going to call Kevin. I better hang up before his voicemail gets up. But I'm going to tell you what the big announcement is. Or you want to tell them, Carson?
It don't matter to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, school starts August 31st. Yeah, no, that's not the big announcement. The big announcement is, let's roll it out, folks. Yes, sir. The Saluda Now Drive-In Show. 6:30 to 8, Football Friday. That's right. When you're coming into town, you'll be able to hear it on your radio, see it on Facebook, and also watch it live on YouTube.
From 6:30 a.m.
Somebody
to
said,
8
are
a.m.
you getting your own radio? We already have our own radio station. You don't know that. Jason Jordan. Get up early with your Saluda Now crew. Where we're going to be at, all those things are being worked out right now. We're in negotiations with some of our sponsors, and we're going to be informing you of that. Possibly could have a live audience for some of the shows, not all of them, but we're going to be doing some big things here with this Football Friday, and we will have the Stuart Young Show as part of it on Football Friday. So you're going to be able to get on your groove, get ready, get pumped up. Just, you remember we used to do it when we was at the high school. I don't know if y'all did it at Batesburg, Carson, but we used to have pep rallies.
Oh, I went to Saluda.
Oh, you went to Saluda? I'm sorry I insulted you like that.
I just live in Batesburg.
I'm sorry I insulted you.
Got more restaurants around. And a Walmart. We got a Walmart. Could have had it here.
Well, my sponsors don't like Walmart at all, so don't use that word. That's like cussing.
I'm sorry.
And you know how I feel about cussing on my radio.
I'm just looking out for the
TV network here. I get sort of irate about it because this is a family program, and you just used a non-family word.
Exactly. You want to hear all that other stuff? Howard Stern on Sirius.
Yeah, that's definitely not family there. So, y'all, get ready for some more coverage. We're going to have more coverage. We're going to be talking about the Tigers. We're going to have more interviews. All that's coming up on your Football Fridays. We're going to make sure everything is covered. We don't want to leave nothing unturned. And if, listen, you got some suggestions about what we need to do, you let us know, and we will do it. We'll do our best to do it, and I'm looking forward to this being done, and we enjoying our times with you on Fridays.
Maybe the next big announcement will be ESPN.
Listen, I'm surprised ESPN hadn't contacted us, simply because the fact
they got that fine bomb on there.
We're only having 26 states, I'm sorry. 26 states are having football. The other 24 are not. And because North Carolina's not having football, are they? No.
High school football? Mm-mm. How they going to have college football but not high school football?
Colleges don't listen to the government.
No, they just give all the money to it.
No, colleges are not, and I heard that today. You know, like the Governor McMaster was trying to tell them, you know, how many fans they could have in the stands and all that. No, you can't do that. You can't tell a university what they're gonna do. They override the government.
They should.
You got any final comments?
Not a king.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on Saluda Now, and we'll hope you'll join us next week for Tiger Talk Tuesday live from MIGS. We signing off, y'all.